Roman Abramovich, the man known for revolutionizing football in the 21st century and changing the financial climate of the Premier League and the European transfer market. He's the billionaire who bought Chelsea Football Club and turned it into a force to be reckoned with in England and Europe. He's known for sacking managers if they're not up to the task. Everyone knows all these facts about one of the richest men in the world. But today, we're going to take a closer look into the extravagant life of the Russian billionaire and tell you things that might blow your mind. Before we get on with the rest of the video, we'd really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. An insanely wealthy Russian-Israeli billionaire, businessman, and investor, if Roman Abramovich wants something, he'll likely go after it. For instance, a major reason the world is aware of what he owns is because he declared his assets in order to run for office in the past. This began our fascination with the incredible things that Abramovich buys for himself. But how did he start all of this? Was he a born billionaire, or is he self-made? Let's take a look at his early life. Abramovich was born in Saratov in the Soviet Union in October 1966. Orphaned after his mother Irina, a housekeeper, died when he was only 18 months old, and his father Arkady, a state office manager, died in an accident when the youngster was only 4. He was brought up by relatives, spending much of his early life in the Komi Republic. His paternal uncle Leib took Abramovich to the industrial town of Chukotka, where he attended the local public school. He realized the value of money from an early age, probably as a result of his upbringing. He first entered the business world while attending Chuktka's technical college, selling used tires and automobile parts from his apartment to make extra money. Later, he attended the Gubkin Institute of Oil and Gas in Moscow before beginning his compulsory Army National Service in 1974. While in the Army, he didn't think a military career was for him, so he used his business acumen to sell gasoline to officers as a sideline. This enabled him to begin saving money for his future ventures, the first of which was the Comfort Co-op, selling imported plastic toys. It was a big success, and he used the profits to launch his first oil business in the Omsk district. He later became friends with entrepreneur Boris Berezovsky, which opened doors for Abramovich. Berezovsky had close links with the former president Boris Yeltsin, so Abramovich was invited to important networking events and dinners. He even managed to secure an apartment in the Kremlin. Branching out, he founded several diverse businesses, including oil products, pig farms, bodyguard recruitment, sugar, timber, and food products. His entrepreneurial spirit enabled him to forge a lucrative career as a businessman, even in a country where it wasn't easy to make a fortune. It wasn't all plain sailing for Abramovich, and before becoming one of the richest people on the planet, he had to face some tough times. Most notably, his trading firm Unicom, based in Switzerland, went bankrupt in 2003, and he reportedly had to pay back a loan to the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Already a big player in top circles as a result of his political and business links, he was able to weather the storm. When the Soviet Union's industrial assets were carved up, Abramovich had launched himself on the path to making his first billion. He had acquired the giant oil company Sibneft as a result of Russia's controversial loans for shares program. President Yeltsin privatized Sibneft, and Abramovich as well as Berezovsky were able to buy out the business for just $100 million, much cheaper than its market value of $600 million. This was the foundation for his vast wealth, as he went on to sell his Sibneft stakes for an estimated £1.8 billion. He expanded his business empire by buying Chelsea Football Club in June 2003, where he immediately began an ambitious program of commercial development aiming to make Chelsea a worldwide brand like football dynasties Real Madrid and Manchester United. Since he took over, the club has won many trophies internationally and nationally. Roman Abramovich, the primary owner of Millhouse LLC, a private investment company registered in 2001, has donated more money to charity than any living Russian. Between 1999 and 2013, he gave more than $2.5 billion to worthy causes. Billions have been donated to build hospitals, schools, and infrastructures in Chukotka, Russia's remote and impoverished region, where he was governor from 2000 to 2008. A politician from 1999 and 2003, Russian President Vladimir Putin awarded him the Order of Honor for his huge contribution to the region's economic development. He also set up a charity called the Pole of Hope to continue to help the people of Chukotka. In June 2019, he personally donated $5 million to the non-profit group, the Jewish Agency for Israel, to combat anti-Semitism globally. Other than the Russian nationality, the self-made billionaire holds two different nationalities, Portuguese and Israeli citizenship. He's recently bought the Varsano Boutique Hotel in Tel Aviv's Neve Zedek neighborhood for 100 million Israeli shekels from Gal Gadot's husband Yaron Varsano and his brother Guy Varsano, and he's been converting it into his Israeli home. Roman Abramovich's Kensington Palace Gardens, just down the road from Prince William and Kate Middleton's home in the UK, set to contain more than 15 bedrooms and 16,000 square feet. When Roman Abramovich first bought it, he spent £90 million on this home, which he bought outright. Located in arguably the swankiest area of London, England, legally, this house is partially owned by a national trust, which only means that certain areas of it must remain open to the public on specific days. Despite that, he still sought and received permission to massively remodel the home by digging up an old pool and replacing it with a 4,000 square foot leisure complex. According to Forbes, Abramovich also owns a £22 million West London penthouse and more than £1.2 billion of yachts, private jets, helicopters, and supercars based in Britain and around the world. Abramovich now cannot sell any of his UK assets, including Chelsea, without a special license that can only be granted by ministers and the Office of Financial Sanctions Implementation. Any cash he holds in the UK is now frozen in accounts, while his shares on the London Stock Exchange cannot be sold and will pay no dividends. But despite these serious allegations, the law doesn't allow ministers to take away Chelsea, properties, yachts, planes, shares, and cash. Currently, the government has the power to freeze UK assets like houses, but it cannot seize them and put them to a different use. The rules in place prevent oligarchs from renting out or selling property they own, hiring someone to clean it, or even paying a power company to connect it to the electricity supply or pay a bill. He has his own fleet of luxury yachts, nicknamed Abramovich's Navy by the media, including the 162.5-meter Eclipse. Reported to have cost Abramovich $1.2 billion, even at that price, he spent additional money to have it updated in some odd ways reportedly. Built with 2 helipads, 2 swimming pools, a home cinema, and 24 guest rooms, that was all there before the yacht was worked on further. In fact, since then, it's also been outfitted with bulletproof glass, anti-paparazzi lasers, and a missile defense system. If reports are to be believed, his 2 super yachts that were in the UK may already be out of reach. The £430 million Solaris was moored in Barcelona recently, believed to be heading to Israel, where he holds citizenship. The £540 million Eclipse is currently in the open sea. Believed to be the nicest way to travel the world, if you can afford to rent or buy a private jet, you're in for one hell of an experience. As a result, most huge celebrities have been photographed either entering or departing a relatively small but classy jet of their own. Of course, when you're Roman Abramovich, something so meager just won't do. Instead, he travels on a Boeing 767, a mid to long-range twin-engine jet airliner that typically has space for as many as 375 people, depending on how close the seats are. The aircraft is the world's most expensive private jet, with a base cost of £188 million and a rumored £76 million of additional equipment to the billionaire's taste, Forbes reported. He also owns a fleet of supercars valued at more than £16 million, believed to be in the UK. Among the high-end vehicles are a Porsche 911 GT1 Evo, a Ferrari FXX, an Aston Martin Vulcan, and a Maserati MC12 Corsa. The fleet also includes a Pagani Zonda R, of which only 15 have ever been produced, and come with a price tag of £2.5 million. That's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do give us your opinion in the comments section below, and do be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos down the line. Peace out.